Good morning. Plan for today is to wake up, or get up, have some brekkie, pack up and walk, and just keep walking. And hopefully I'll get somewhere past Blackwood by tonight where I can camp. I'll pick up some water in Blackwood. I can pick up some water earlier at the Lerderderg. There'll probably be a few others flowing, I think. But yeah, that's the plan. It'll be a big day. Anyway, the sun's just trying to come out. I camped just off Suckling track last night. So yeah, it's a good day. I'm glad the sun's come out because it was, for the middle of summer, it's bitingly cold. It's probably 6 degrees, I'm thinking, 6 or 7 degrees up here, and there's a fair bit of wind. So the wind's just died off at the moment, so hopefully it dies off today. It's meant to be a nice day, it's meant to be 20 degrees today. So anyway, Wombat State Forest is what I'm walking through at the moment. It's what they call a working forest. It's a big forest. At the moment it's being logged in sections, and it's sometimes you're walking through recent regrowth, which isn't real great. This is a nice section now. It's fairly old. It's been logged at some stage. I mean, there's an old stump through the trees there, but it must have been logged 40, 50 years ago. And it's much nicer walking through these mature trees, that's for sure. So there's track marking through this maze of forestry roads, or old roads and tracks. This one's a little bit confusing though, because that's pointing that way, and I'm telling you there's no track down there, not even a bushwalking pad. What it's really trying to tell me is I keep following this road straight ahead and don't follow that old road up there. So all I can say is it pays to have a map as you come through there, I reckon. So I'm thinking this must be the headwaters of the Werribee River trickling down here. There's a good flow of water in here. I was half thinking I might camp here, but well, it's a little bit too far from it. Doesn't look like there's any great camping either. Yeah, it is. In that quick read, it is the headwaters of the Werribee River. I've been climbing a lot of the morning. I'm just up at on this road. This is the highest, I think this is the highest spot this walk will go. I'm just over 900 metres, and it's pretty chilly up here. Just down here is a place called Bolt Camp. I think it's an old World War II or World War I prisoner of war camp. People camp here on the walk now sometimes. Well, you're up pretty high here, it'll be a cold old night, I reckon. So I don't know if you can see the chimney, that's the remains of the old camp. I'll do a video when I get down there. Okay, so this is Bolt Camp. It wasn't, or what's left of it, it's a historic site. It wasn't a prisoner of war camp. It was a camp that was set up by the Forestry Commission to replace people that had been displaced during the Second World War from the Baltic states. They must have come over here and worked the forest. Yeah, I know. So some people do pitch tents there on the Lerderderg track too. It's not too bad. You probably, depending on the direction of the wind, it'll be okay. So I'm dropping down towards the Lerderderg River now, which I'll then follow into Blackwood this afternoon, or late this afternoon sometime. Just had my first group of motorbikes come past me on the track. It's one of the joys of walking up here. Particularly, I'm lucky it's a Friday today. There's not too many, most people are working. But weekends up here are probably worth avoiding if you don't want to share the trail with motorbikes. Anyway, it's all good, it's all peaceful. I'm still going okay. I'll catch up with you later on. Just after 12, I've made it down to the Lerderderg River. That's the river down in that valley there. Bit of wide-scale destruction on the other side. I'm guessing it's from wind. We've had a lot of bad storms the last few years. So now the go will be kind of follow the river more or less down to Blackwood. The track kind of loops in and out away from the river in a couple of spots, and then yeah, I'll reassess the situation, how I'm feeling when I get to Blackwood. Feeling not too bad at the moment. Put in about, I guess, 18 k's this morning, so I'm feeling a little bit. The day's quite nice now, it's not hot, there's a blue sky, so all good. Just because I'm down following the river, yeah, it's not flat. This is my typical Lerderderg type country. So I'm still following the general course of the Lerderderg River. The track down there, there's meant to be a track down there, but the markers are showing the road. A lot of the track I think must have been obliterated with these windstorms we had a few years ago. There's this carnage along here. So yeah, I'm heading for a place called the Gardeners and Earth, which is I think it's a nursery now, nursery and a cafe. It's an old farmhouse on the outskirts of Blackwood, and then I'll head into Blackwood. Probably still 3 hours at least from Blackwood. So I'm thinking I might even see how the timing works. I might even go to the pub for tea. Back on some single track after a while. It's nice. This is the Gardeners and Earth. There's a little cafe in there too, I think, a little restaurant. A little picnic area here, so I've just enjoyed a bit of a break. And I'm going to head off to Blackwood. Should be less than an hour from here. I'll get a cold drink, I reckon. Now I've got a bit of a dilemma. I need this as the track to access Blackwood. I'm suspecting there's a bridge. I'm suspecting it might have been washed away in the floods. Now I've got an option. I can head down the bike path. There's There's a bike track. Well, it goes on the road mainly, so I think I'm going to head down there just to be safe. I could probably head down there, but I don't really want to be wading a creek if I don't have to. So we'll go the boring way, but the safe way. Gives us a bit more of a look at the gardeners on earth anyway. There it is there. So I'm following the bike route in the Blackwood. I thought I'd be along a road, but it's actually an old four-wheel drive track, so it's not too bad. That's the gardeners on earth down there. I'm just skirting around the outsides of the property. And a sensational day for walking. So that's the walking route that I would have come up. I'm just rejoining it now after bypassing that closed section. I just got to go over this hill and then I'll drop down into Blackwood. Wander into downtown Blackwood. I reckon I'm about an hour too early for the pub. So I'll go to the general store, see what I can rustle up there to eat. If not, I'll just go for bushwalking food tonight. So I'm just leaving Blackwood. The pub, I was a bit early for the pub, it was 4 o'clock, I probably said that already. So I went to the post office cafe and they fixed me up with a couple of zucchini and mushroom toasties. They were delicious. I highly recommend the post office cafe if you're ever in Blackwood. Anyway, I'm on another couple of hours and I'm going to find somewhere to camp. Right, it's a bit of a heartbreaker. Got down to the river. I was humming and hawing about just walking on the road anyway, because I was up a little bit shorter that way, and I was up at the cafe and the pub, and but no, I'll come down. I've been along the river to the caravan park. Well, the track is full of thistles and blackberries, and I saw a snake. So in the end I thought, nah, I walked about 20 metres and I thought I'm going to have to walk back up the hill, back up to the road and along the road. Anyway, that'll add to the stats to today. Oh, I could have done without the hill climb though. There's a nice pool just outside of Blackwood if you want to have a swim. That's one of the few times that I've been down a river level. That's the Lerderderg River, it's been scoured with floods. It's on down to the Derg. Country gets pretty rough from here on, but I don't think, well, I've walked most of this track and it's pretty good. But yeah, there's some pretty rough country in Lerderderg. Okay, so I'm following Buyer's backtrack initially. This is a route along an old water race. Pretty, it goes from O'Brien's crossing into the outskirts of Blackwood. Pretty spectacular walk in its own right, this one. You can drive into O'Brien's in the morning, park, walk out probably about 10 k's, walk into Blackwood along here, have lunch at the pub and then walk back to your vehicle in the afternoon. It's one of the classics of the bushwalking around here. And that goes in a long way. How beautiful is that? think that's a gang. Okay, that's the end of the easy walking along Byers back track. Now I'm climbing up Webster's track. Up into the hills. Once you get up the top and it levels out a bit and it flattens out a bit and the ground opens up, I'll probably pull the pin for the day and camp somewhere, I think. I've just swung right on the kangaroo track and the climbing continues. It's a lot gentler than the old way out. Used to come up, I think it was Ambler Lane. That was steep and rough. This has been a solid climb, but hasn't been too bad. I'm not at the top yet though. Okay, well that's the day done. I did a bit over 40 k's, I think it's 40.4. Climbed about, I think it was 1180 metres. Gone to all trails. I'm just going to have a wash now and go to bed. So I think that leaves me with about 30 something to go tomorrow. 30, yeah, maybe close to 40 actually. I'm going to get woken up there. There's maybe some birds up there. Anyway, not my best camp ever, but not the worst either. The bed's all made, that's the main thing. Time to crawl in and make myself comfy. Catch you tomorrow.